Hi friends, Krista here. Thank you so much for stopping by Books and Jams. I'm really excited to talk to you today about 12 books that I need to read off of my shelves. I've seen a lot of people making 23 books for 2023 TBRs lately, and this is in a similar vein to that. These 12 books are going to be priorities for me in this upcoming year. And the way that I've chosen these are that many of them have been on my shelves for quite a long time. And also, many of them have been recommended to me by you guys for the last few years on my BookTube recommendations cart. Every year for the last 5 years now, I have asked for your help to fill one of my book carts. And I ask you just to look at my Goodreads owned TBR and choose some of your favorites to put on my cart. I am about to share with you books that are going on the cart for 2023. I'm very excited about the books you've chosen. You did a great job. But these 12 books have been on multiple lists over the last 5 years, and I still haven't gotten to them. I'm not quite saying they're going to self-destruct. I know people have done that as well. They've made a list of books, and if they're not read by the end of the year, they need to get unhauled. And I'm not sure I'm going to do that, but I'm calling them my priority pile. I'm going to keep them out in a separate place. They're not even going to go on the cart. Many of these were chosen this year as well, but I'm keeping them in their own special place in order that I see them more consistently, in order that I'm hopefully more motivated to pick them up. If you are a patron, it's likely that you will see some of these in possible choices for upcoming book club reads. And I made a spinner wheel so that each month, if I don't already have plans to read one of them, I can add one to my TBR. So I'm going to tell you about the 12 books today, and then I am going to spin the wheel to add on a book to my January TBR if I can fit it. But just for the first one, I'm going to spin the wheel to choose my first one to start reading. So let me go ahead and tell you what the books are. The first one, and these are not in any particular order. They're actually just in a stack on my lap. And so this is what we've got. The first one is a YA, The Serpent King by Jeff Zentner. This is one that, looking at the cover and even hearing a little bit about the synopsis, it doesn't ever appeal to me. However, whenever I hear someone say they've read this book, they have absolutely loved it. It came out I think it came out when I was on BookTube. Let's see. It came out in 2016, which is the year I started BookTube. So I feel like I heard about it a lot right at the beginning and then off and on throughout the last few years. And in this one, we follow a pastor's kid. Our main character's dad is kind of like a snake handling pastor. Like, deals with rattlesnakes and signs and wonders. And he doesn't quite feel connected to the religion that his dad is sharing. He makes friends with these two kind of outcasts at school. It's his senior year of high school. I just really don't know. I don't know what to think about this, except that everybody loves it. So I'm very curious. The next one I feel like is a book I need to read towards the end of August or beginning of September. And that is Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Safran Foer. This is a book that takes place post 9/11. So maybe September will be a great time, about a little boy whose dad, I believe, dies in the attack on the Twin Towers. And I don't know much more than that. I know it did become a movie, which I have not seen, and I feel like it's going to be really great. I just haven't yet picked it up. I'm very excited to read this one after Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library recently loving it. It's Hotel on the Corner of Bitter and Sweet by Jamie Ford. I've had this on my shelves forever. That's about all these. Like, why haven't I read this yet? Why haven't I read this yet? This one has a dual timeline, 1986 and the 1940s. And we follow two friends. One is a Chinese American and one's a Japanese American. And it surrounds the Japanese internment camps as a big part of the story. I know Lindsay recently really loved it, and I know I will too. So I need to read this one. This year, it's going to happen for all of these books. Charles Martin is an author who's been on the cart every year. I think this might be the first year, 2023. I don't remember if anyone picked a Charles Martin book, but he's been on for the other 4 years, and multiple books of his have been on the cart. So this is Unwritten. It's probably the one I'm maybe least excited for. I could have put The Mountain Between Us. I could have put Long Way Gone. I think I did read Long Way Gone, actually. I really loved Charles Martin, the one book of his that I read. So I'm looking forward to reading more. This is a little bit more contemporary. There's a bit of a mystery. Kate Quinn is an author. The character in here is called Katie Quinn. She is going into hiding for some reason and reaches out to a priest, Father Capri, on this island. She's kind of hiding. She's a famous actress. I don't know. We'll see, but I do want to read more Charles Martin for sure. Why does that look upside down? Why is that dog upside down? The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. This has been on my shelves for quite a while, and I believe it's about an autistic boy who goes looking for a missing dog. Maybe that's why I haven't read it, because I know there's a dog in this story. I don't think we get the dog's perspective. I'm really looking forward to reading from a child on the autistic spectrum. I think he's a teenager. Christopher John Francis Boone knows all the countries of the world and their capitals and every prime number up to 7,057. He relates well to animals and has no understanding of human emotions. He cannot stand to be touched, and he detests the color yellow. He's on a quest to investigate the suspicious death of a neighborhood dog. Not a missing dog, but the death of a dog. I don't know. Am I going to like that one? I feel like it's one that a lot of people have read except me. James Patterson's Woman of God has been on my shelf since the first year I did The Cart, and I really don't know anything about it. I found it at a library sale or something because it was because it was recommended. The first year I didn't ask you to look at my Goodreads, so somebody just recommended this. So I've had it for 4 or 5 years, and it's going to deal with faith, and it's a James Patterson, which is kind of interesting. I've never read anything by him, and he's a prolific author. So we'll see about that one. I have Room by Emma Donoghue. I mean, does it need any explanation? A woman and her 5-year-old son get kidnapped and are stuck in this room for years and years. And I believe this is told from the 5-year-old's perspective. I have not seen the movie. I've clearly not read the book. Why? The last 5 are all somewhat historical. I have The Room on Rue Amelie by Kristen Harmel. I've enjoyed newer books by Kristen Harmel, and I have a few of hers on my shelves. This one is a World War II in Paris. I mean, I feel like I'm going to like it. Sold on a Monday is another book Lindsay read recently and she loved, and I can't believe I haven't read it. I have read other Christina McMorris books and really loved them. Look at that cover. I just want to give him a big hug. This one takes place in 1931 in the United States, I believe. And a journalist or a struggling reporter takes a picture, and it sparks the rest of this story. Leads to his big break. Yeah, a photograph that stunned the nation. Sold on a Monday is a powerful novel of love, redemption, the unexpected paths that bring us home. Why haven't I read this? That is 100% a Krista book. Just that sentence alone. And then for some reason, these ones are a little intimidating to me, and I'm not sure why. 1,000 White Women has been on my list almost every year. The Journals of May Dodd by Jim Fergus. And I just heard recently that this is potentially an alternate history. I think Gloria just said that. I don't even know that. Based on an actual historical event, but told through fictional diaries. This is the story of a remarkable woman who travels west in 1875 and marries the chief of the Cheyenne Nation. I know that this is a well-loved book. I just need to read it. The Dove Keepers by Alice Hoffman always intrigues me, and it's another historical. 2,000 years ago, 900 Jews held out for months against army of Romans on Masada, a mountain in the Judean desert. According to the ancient historian Josephus, 2 women and 5 children survived. Based on this tragic and iconic event, this novel is a spellbinding tale of 4 extraordinarily bold, resourceful, and sensuous women, each who has come to Masada by a different path. It sounds so interesting and totally about a different time period. I'm so intrigued. And again, it was highly recommended by many of you for years. And finally, my 12th book on this list is The Poisonwood Bible by Barbara Kingsolver. I know that this is kind of a modern day classic. This is about a missionary family in the Belgian Congo in 1959. And it's going to center around the Congo's fight for independence from Belgium, as well as have this kind of religious side of things with this missionary family. I need to read this. So here are the 12 books. Once again, yikes. So many good ones in this stack. I cannot believe I haven't read them yet. Okay. And now I'm going to share my screen and spin the wheel and see which one I'm adding to my most recent TBR. Let's see what we get. Oh, I need to get to... I did originally call it 12 books that will self-destruct. So I'm just going to call it that, but I'm not planning on unhauling these unless I DNF it while I'm reading it. We'll see. Okay, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. Bum, ba-da-ba. Of course, it's one of the intimidating ones. Dove Keepers. It's already at the bottom. Of course. I feel like some of these I'm super excited to get to right away, and some of them are a little more intimidating. This just happens to be a little more intimidating, but maybe I can find it on audio. It is an older book, and I am very intrigued. I'm just also intimidated. So I'm adding this to my TBR, and hopefully I will get it read soon. And now I need to find a spot to put all the rest of these. And that is going to be it for today. Thank you for watching. I would love to hear your thoughts on any of these 12 books in the comments down below. I honestly can't believe that some of them are still unread on my shelves. I really, really want to read these, at least to give them a try, because I know so many of you love them. So hopefully I will too. I guess we'll have to wait and see. So Dove Keepers is going on my TBR. Let's chat in the comments below, and I look forward to talking with you in another video very soon. Bye.